Pulse Power! Final めでとうアミティさん。
STP. Hello guys and welcome to today's STPL. You're joining us for week 4 of the STPL season 5. We're almost halfway through the season in terms of round robin. We've only got 5 more weeks after this, so that's kind of cool. And just to answer Burrow Rush's question, that is a program called MUVR. It's an emulator within VR. You can also play it on desktop mode as well. I'm going to send a link in the chat just in case anyone is interested. It's really cool in VR. You can play light gun games, but most of the recording I've done in desktop minus the light gun games. But either way, this is the format for this season. If you've not seen the STPL before, best of 5 all the way through to the grand finals, which best of 7. Within the best of 5, every matchup is best of 1. The lineup selected in advance. All the games are played at the same time. Step 5 is the ace match, which means any player can play again. Just popping in chat as well a link to the Team Liquid thread, which will have all of the matchups ready for you to see. Let's have a quick look at the team rankings. We've not looked at them at the start of the week for a while. But there we go. We've got IRK at the top of the table with Ash, NaS, StarClass TV, Red, Psystorm, Wiko, DM, and CWT at the bottom of the table. Let's have a look at the player rankings as well. A lot of these players won't be playing this season because Soul are not here, which gives other players a chance to move up. But you can see DeWalt in 3rd, actually tied 2nd at the moment with Spire, and with significantly more wins than everyone bar Koga, which is pretty impressive. So pretty cool to see DeWalt so high up. Hopefully throughout this season he'll be able to take the top spot. He certainly does deserve it. And I really should look at maybe removing inactive players from this somehow. But either way, Eon's up there as well. He's going to be playing today. Let's have a look at the 2 teams we've got coming up today to start us off. DM versus NaS. Starting us off is going to be a PvT between Tech and Maars. I don't really know too much about Maars, but he is a Canadian Terran. We've got Nimrod versus STRYKER in a PvZ. We've then got a ZVP with White versus Dragon. White is mainly a Protoss player, but did sub in for one of his teammates who couldn't make it. And then we have Irra versus eOnzErG in a TvZ. Eon seems to be getting nothing but ZVTs recently, and given it's like, I would argue, his best matchup, he's getting pretty lucky. Pretty damn lucky, I'm just saying. But it should be a good series of matchups. Let's jump straight to introduce the first map. it is going to be Judgment Day. Judgment Day, a very, very fun map to play, very fun map to watch. PvT has been a little bit Terran-sided so far throughout the history of the STPL, but things are looking up a little bit more for Protoss, with Yeti winning over Kiko. But can Tech beat Maars here? Can Tech, the ultimate ace of DM in Season 1, overcome the newcomer here for NaS, Maars? Or are we going to see another Protoss loss here on our desert map? Let's find out as we get into game number 1. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we do have, in the red, fighting for DM, it's Tech. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand position, fighting in the pink for NaS, it's Maars. Can I just say at the start of the stream, just for historical purposes, for anyone watching this, a big shout out, a big F in the chat for all the boomers who can't access the Minions memes today, because Facebook got their DNS nuked because either they didn't pay their bill or something, but they lost access to all their DNS servers, and yeah, no one can get to Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram today, so fun times. Those poor boomers gonna be struggling a little bit, but yeah, there we go. Boomers and the Zoomers be struggling, man. Zoomers without their Instagrams, boomers without their Facebook memes, what are they gonna do today? It's rough. Obviously I am being semi-facetious. I do occasionally use Facebook, and I do own an Oculus Quest 2, and I use it every day, so I can't say I am completely free of the ecosystem, and everyone in the UK uses WhatsApp as well, so yeah. I mean, admittedly, I only use like WhatsApp to speak to some of my like RL friends. Everyone else I use Discord. Either way, PvT to start us off here. Judgment Day, fairly standard openings for both players. If you didn't notice on the map preview, the natural is actually not here. It's kind of like Neo Guillotine, where it's a little bit further back, but you do have this mineral only base out the front, which you can take once you hold the choke. So it kind of becomes like a Neo Medusa style base that's semi easy to take. So that's always good. Fast Factory coming in for Maars. No 2-fact play coming in here, has pulled off of gas. Tech meanwhile looking to Tech, staying in gas here, not going to be getting a very early Nexus. Should see a Robo most likely coming up for him, but wouldn't surprise me to see some DT play, especially on this map, as it is quite difficult to keep the DTs out of your base. This is a much wider angle to actually defend. Like if it's a ramp, you can kind of block with units until you get a turret up at the top, but on here you kind of have the bunker and not much else, so Maars hiding his SCV there, just getting ready to go in for another scout, most likely around 4 minutes 20. Tech is going for a quick Nexus, looks like he's going for Nexus around 23 supply. Goes against what I said. I thought he would have pulled off gas if he wanted to do this, but I guess this is kind of like the standard build. Maars is going to not see this come up, weirdly enough. But he will see it eventually, and that's all he really needs to worry about. Now, somehow, the probe actually manages to get past the bunker. Looks like the Dragoon did take a little bit of damage on a very nice amount of HP there. Looks like the probe coming back here. Oh my god, he's going to get SCV. Oh, is he going to get it? Yes, he does. Sniper probe. Now, this probe is obviously going to die, but look at this. A Marine is having to come back to deal with this. He's not killing it with the SCV. And if he gets lucky, he could kill this SCV. No, he gets a little bit unlucky. Yeah, getting an SCV kill as Protoss is like... well, it's really frustrating as Terran for it to happen to you. Oh, the Dragoons just run past the bunker. He really wants to stop this coming up. I'm not sure I agree with this decision. The first tank is coming out. If he can kill this tank, he is going to be in an incredible spot, but he needs one more hit, two more hits, one more. Oh, and he gets it. He gets the first tank. That's actually huge. Absolutely huge. Delays the command center while his expansion is up, and also kills the first tank. That severely hurts the momentum of our Terran player here. And Maars is going to be in a little bit of trouble moving forward. Now the Robo is done. Are we going to see Reavers or are we going to see straight Observatory? Looks like it's going to be Obs first. Now I actually think, given the fact he killed the first tank, going for Reaver first here would actually be incredible. There's not going to be that much defense back at home, and that one less tank is going to cause a lot of problems. Now, looks like Maars is kind of hiding an SCV out in the middle of the map, getting ready to scout a little bit later on, but he's also pretty good to check for any probes, going for any sneaky hidden thirds, which to be honest would not be a problem here for Tech, given the fact he took that early advantage. Losing the 2 Dragoons obviously quite a big deal, but compared to losing that first tank, it changes everything for Terran. All of a sudden, your timing attacks, like if you go for a 2-1 timing, that's 1 tank short, and that's actually a pretty big deal. I've already come to the realization that my voice is dying already, so I need to make sure I drink lots of water while casting today. If you can continue to remind me to do that, that would be very, very good. I would be very glad if you could do that as well. Okay, so the first armory's up. Upgrade starts immediately. Very nicely done. First observer going to be coming in here. Now Maars, where he lost the first tank and where he didn't get a scout off after the Nexus, was forced to building a engineering bay and a turret, which is a pretty big deal for Terran because that delays your second factory by quite a bit. He's building another turret as well because he just has absolutely no clue what's going on. And as long as Tech can expand, he is going to take a big, big advantage at the beginning of this game. Oh, we are going to have Reavers though. They're coming in a little bit late. We're building the Reavers from the natural. So the turrets are going to help out a little bit. More so than if there wasn't Reavers, which is something good for Maars at the very least. But the turrets are kind of in a... well, they're in an extremely defensive position. And this is going to mean that the shuttle can kind of fly in and out whatever it wants. He's got 2 turrets down here, which should help defend his natural. But say, for example, the shuttle flies in from this direction, drops the Reaver here, he kills the tank. All of a sudden, he has a big, juicy cluster of those SCVs to attack as well, so he does need to be careful. Third Nexus coming up by Tech here at the Mineral Only. I kind of would prefer him to try and expand down to the bottom left first, just because that Mineral Only isn't going anywhere, and you kind of want to move yourself out on the map as soon as you possibly can against Terran on this map, because if you can see, like, the area around the natural is quite choked up. It's the same, of course, for the Protoss, for the Terran as well. But if the Terran pushes around here, the only real option you have is to go around and attack. Like, pushing through this choke against siege tanks up here is just not going to happen. Now here comes the Reaver and the Zealots. Looks like a single Goliath. Getting it taken down so this Reaver can be picked up and dropped as much as it wants. Gonna lose the shuttle though. Oh no, and he loses the shuttle as soon as he picks up the Reaver. Unlucky timing there by Tech. And that is going to give Maars definitely a nice way back into the mid game here. His science facility coming up very nicely tomorrow. Actually a little bit late compared to, you want to kind of start +2 immediately, but this is pretty close as to what you can get to good timing. We've got the third command center coming in. This is why tech needs to really expand again. But now that tech's lost his first Reaver, he's actually in a slight bit of trouble. Not a huge amount. He did get a big advantage early on, and there is only 2 factories here. But imagine if there was 5 fact right now, 6 fact. All of a sudden, tech is in a lot of trouble. Now we've got a lot more turrets coming up here at the top. He's preparing for anti-arbiter defense, which we know for the moment isn't coming. But there's 2 robos. This is going to be like mass Reaver play, or mass, like Polish recall style, I guess. Going for the bonnet style of just dropping with mass shuttles and seeing if he can make it work. Now Maars is actually building a lot of turrets here. He does not want to get dropped or recalled. That's not necessarily a bad idea. But overbuilding turrets when you're on so few factories is actually a pretty big deal. You need the factories quicker than this. He's going into a third base, which is a mineral only, which means his tank count is going to be lower. He's going to have to kill this depot and this turret and the bunker if he wants to get in and out of his base easily, which is some more money that he's going to lose. Now, tech is going to expand to the 4th base here. I am very confused on why he's not taking the other main. Taking the other main and getting gateways down there is the gateway to winning this game. And I realize this at gateways and then gateway, but that necessarily wasn't my intention. Now, this is another questionable decision, I think, from Protoss players that I see. Tech has a massive advantage, and now he's going to throw a load of units, and he's not going to be able to do any damage. Like, this is going to do nothing. I mean, he may get some SCVs, but is this really worth it? Oh my god, that was actually a really nice Scarab. I thought this would not go as well as it is. I must admit, he should not pick up any Reavers in this shuttle. Move that shuttle far away from those Reavers. That is the last thing you want. Now, unfortunately, Maars doesn't have enough tanks in the right place to defend this, so he's going to lose this command center or come close to it. He needs to lift. There we go. He's going to lift when it starts burning. He's got his Reavers in the right shuttle, which is good. But unfortunately, just Maars, even though he was kind of turtled on 3 base, he knew what was coming because he scanned the double robo. He still wasn't really prepared, and that gives tech an even bigger advantage now. That definitely went better than I thought it was going to. Like, that's definitely an example where I'm like, okay, if he drops here, it's going to do nothing, and now Maars is in the game again. But then Maars just kind of didn't react well enough, so that's unfortunate there for Maars. Maars should probably build the turret here first, because otherwise he's not going to be able to build one there, but that's nothing to worry about. The shuttle's going to come home. We've got we've got Dragoons defending the 4th base. 5th and 6th should be coming up soon by tech. He is in a very, very good spot. The longer he sits and waits before expanding. Now, he's got a dropship, so he really should save this. Where is the dropship, by the way? Did I completely miss a drop? No, there we go. There is the drop. Yeah, you should use the dropship to save that SCV, but I guess he's not going to worry about it. Looks like he is going to be going to drop the 4th base. Now, there isn't actually a droppable area by this base. So, other than like whether naturally you've got this droppable cliff, you can't really do too much with it. But this is why going for like the other main would be very nice, because he would have the ability to build the gateways over there. He would already be in a much, much better position than he already is. Now it looks like the vultures finally going to start coming out in the middle of the map. These are the first vultures we've seen this entire game. But as this is going on, another big drop coming in. This time he's a bit better prepared. Nice storm, but not really doing too much. And all of a sudden, the lack of the Reavers in this drop aren't really going to help, because he's about to get another storm, but there's no units to storm down here. Now, it looks like we are going to have a drop coming in here, which is going to do absolutely nothing. 2 tanks are going to go down, and the dropship, no, 17 health. Can he get this into a better position? Looks like he's going to be able to. And Tech is now the one without anything back here to defend. He lost all of his shuttles just now. And this is funny. I love when this happens, because when you throw away all your shuttles, all of a sudden a drop can come in. Now there's a storm, you've got a storm. There we go. Nicely done. Gets another couple of SCVs. 2 tanks on the high. he sent all of his zealots to deal with tanks on the high ground. I'm not sure I agree with that decision. But Dragoons do clean that up. We've got a probe in the middle of the map here, not really doing too much. Second probe going down to the bottom left, only to find death. A little bit unfortunate there, but that's something that happens as well. Tech getting ready to move out in the middle of the map. Tech still with a massive advantage, but he really should be solidifying this now by going for a lot of bases, a lot of gateways.
You must construct additional pylons. 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 You must construct additional.
Oh, it actually stopped itself this time. Cool. Thanks for the sub though, man. Means a lot. Okay, so not really much going on at the moment. 2 Marines going out to their death to free up some supply. That's going to be another Vulture for the Terran army. Looks like another shuttle going to get ready to sort of come in here. The Vulture did kill the only pylon down here, the only probe down here. Did lay a few mines, which means Tech can't just sort of waddle his way down there again. Now, we're finally seeing Maars make good use of Vultures. This may be a little bit too late. I mean, these Vultures aren't going to do anything if he goes there. He has used all of his mines, which makes me very happy to see. You know, if he can, like, bait the Dragoons onto the mines, that would be the perfect situation. But unfortunately, it looks like he's not going to be able to do that either. He's just going to kind of keep his Vultures alive, but nope, there we go, they're going to get caught off guard. We've got Tech expanding down to the bottom right as well. Why won't he take the other main? Take the main! Take the main and build gateways, and you essentially guarantee your victory by making it impossible. Oh, thank you, Josh, for the sub. Looks like it didn't even read that one. I just read that. That's really good. If you're in the Twitch chat, read that. That's funny. Okay, it looks like the dropship finally coming back home. Now Tech is finally starting to expand everywhere. I mean, Tech has pretty much got this game sewn up, but he needs more gateways. Imagine this game if you had gateways in both bottom left and bottom right now. I mean, these storms are pretty damn good. There's really nothing much Maars can do. But now it's mostly Dragoons against mostly tanks. But these storms are pretty damn perfect. Wow, he's pushing his way through here. And, I mean, Maars is dead. There's nothing he can do to fight back against this. His tank count has been absolutely annihilated here. And, yeah, this is rough. Maars, he's not going to be able to expand again. He's not going to be able to attack again. And if Tech had gateways in both bottom left and bottom right, there is no way in hell Maars would be able to do anything right now, because Tech would be building like 30 units at a time. Also, the government didn't switch off Facebook. They either forgot to pay their bill for their DNS or their DNS was taken down. But they have no DNS server right now. Their A records are available to purchase, which is really bad. Like, they messed up quite bad to do that. I hope someone can purchase the A records and then, like, stop Facebook from ever owning them again. That would be incredible. Just imagine if, like, some random guy bought the Facebook domain. Like, that'd be so good. Finally, we're starting to see gateways in one of the other corners. But where are the gateways down here? Where are the 15 gateways here? He doesn't necessarily need them. But I'm not going to stop complaining about it until he gets them. Oh. We're hitting the point in the game where Protoss kind of forgets that mines exist, and they just waddle around and then lose all their units. And, yeah, they lose all the units to mines, and they're like, mines are so broken! Protoss bad race! Like, how about you use observers? That's what you've got them for, you know? I don't know. Thing is, Protoss are a bad race just because of how one-sided ZVP is. Now, Maars wants to try and expand moving forward, but he's not going to be able to expand here. He just does not have the units, he does not have the mines. And look at, there's more Dragoons here than there are anything else. Oh my god, those storms are beautiful as well. This has got to be the end of the game. Maars is trying to hold on. Actually attacking the command center by accident there, taking a little bit of extra damage. But GG, Maars taps out, Tech Tapes game number 1. And we'll be heading into a break before we go into game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. We're heading into a PvZ here between Nimrod starting us off in the 12 o'clock position in the yellow, and his opponent down here in the bottom middle fighting for NaS. It's StRyKeR in the blue. So PvZ on Blindside. If you've not seen Blindside before, it was a map made specifically for the STPL Season 4. I used it again because we had so many good games on here. BWCL picked it up for the last season as well, and it's overall a really good map, so it's fun to watch games on. Okay, so PvZ, the matchup that I've kind of complained the most about recently. I'm not a Protoss player, but genuinely, PvZ looks completely unfair. Like, I genuinely, like, people always go on about how, like, Protoss have never won tournaments. It's because PvZ exists. Like, Protoss players, they can beat Terrans. Like, they've always been able to beat Terrans. Like, when you think of, like, the top Protoss players, all of them are basically good at PvT bar Bisu. And then you look at PvZ, and the only good Protoss vs Zerg player is Bisu, and that was when he was like the top of his game, and only he could do it, right? I don't know what happened with PvZ, but it feels like when you're watching it, even when you watch the ASL, like ZerG are at such an undeniable advantage the whole way through the game that it makes me kind of sad for Protoss, because PvZ, like when a Protoss player wins, it's so cool, but whenever ZerG wins, it's just really boring. Like, ZerG winning in PvZ is just like, ugh, seen it before, you know? Maybe it's just me who feels like that, but I don't know, it's just depressing watching PvZ. I've come to like it more from watching STPL, but like, I don't know, it's depressing to watch at the pro level. Like, no Protoss player other than Free maybe can do anything about ZerG. Like, it's just silly. Admittedly, I've always hated Zergs anyway because I hate playing TvZ. Look at this, we've got 3 hatcheries already from StRyKeR. We've got a second base coming up from Nimrod. He did go for a Forge Fast Expand, which is normal. Oh my god. Twitch chat is being cool again. Mindflayer calling me racist because I hate Zerg players. My friend James saying kicks his tool. How can he be racist? Oh man, that's funny. Okay, Lair coming in, so we're gonna have 6 hatch on 3 base most likely, and then Protoss are gonna get stuck in their base for a while. I think, kind of normal. Okay, back at home we have the Spire coming in, right in view of the probe, so Nimrod is going to be feeling pretty good about that. My player says don't blame Zerg players for the fact that it is unprecedented showcase of skill when they win with the weakest race in the game. Okay, Mindflayer. Okay, Mindflayer, the weakest race in the game, right? Okay. Okay, man. Whatever you say. I heard if you press that H key, it's pretty good, right? And the Z key as well. Well, it looks like we had a pause in the middle of the game, so hopefully that doesn't mess up the replay. That does happen sometimes, even though it shouldn't. It's an old game, can't be helped. Citadel's done. We should see the Templar Archives coming in soon, although Nimrod is delaying it a little bit more than I'd like. Delaying your Templar... Oh, there we go, it's finally coming up. Delaying your Templar Archives can mean you die to either Mutas or Hydras very, very easily. Like, Hydras, you can build 8 cannons and not die, but you still lose the game anyway, because even though they don't beat you with the Hydras, you've just, like... You've basically wasted so much of your own money to just not die that you're never coming out of your base, right? That's how PvZ works. Now we've got the 4th hatchery coming up, 5th hatchery, 1st Evo chamber, 6th hatchery should be behind this as well. He's probably going to expand to the bottom right, maybe. Could expand up here to this base as well. But 1st Zealot is going to try and make its way out onto the map. It kind of walks out, gets hit a little bit, and then runs back home. A little bit of a weird move. I'm not really sure what he was doing there, but that's par the core. Or, is it par the core or par the course? I can't remember. I've forgotten how to English. That's not good. I was never good at English anyway, and spending most of my time speaking Japanese has just made it worse. Okay, ranged attack coming on in. We got the 6th hatchery on the 3 bases. Because that's exactly what Zerg need. Okay, we got a first DT coming in here now. Is there? No, there is an Overlord, right? There's an Overlord at both with a Sunken at both, so that DT is gonna do nothing. Looks like the Ursadon is gonna get in the way of the Zealots. I've not seen that happen before, but there we go. Looks like the Mutants are gonna be able to clean these up eventually. I mean, at this point, like, there's absolutely no point in the Zealots running in. They're gonna do absolutely no damage. But they are, I mean, they're all gonna die anyway, right? So you may as well run in and try and hit a few drones. Looks like some of them are getting it away though. He gets a little bit lucky, but I mean, that was kind of a waste. That Ursadon really likes being up these ramps today. That's kind of nice. That's gonna make it really annoying to push through the middle. Minerals did actually release a new version of this map. Oh, and he's had to summon an Archon before he gets Storm. That is so unfortunate. Storm, the upgrade's finished most likely as well, but he didn't have the energy to keep the Templar alive anyway, so this is rough. There's a lot of Scourge here as well. I think he is still building Corsairs. He's got 3 of them, but there's enough Scourge to deal with these. Now, there are some cannons which are going to help out a little bit. 4 Corsairs now, no +1 upgrade though, so they're not really going to be doing too much. We've got +1 Carapace already for the air. 5th base, or 4th base is coming up with the 7th and 8th hatchery. STRyKER's production is going to be ridiculous anytime soon. He is building nothing but Mutalisks at the moment, Mutalisks and Scourge, but if he just decides to build Hydras, I don't really think there's too much Nimrod can do about it. He's not really able to push out on the map. He's not really got that many, he's not really got that much of anything right now. Where's the Archon gone? Did he cancel the Archon morph? Oh no, it's here. You can't cancel the Archon morph, can you? Now that DT could probably kill about 5 drones before it dies, but it doesn't want to go in, so he's just going to wait there and lose it. The Hydras are just going to come back and kill it in any second now. Looks like we've got a lot of Zealots coming out again, but unfortunately he hasn't learned from last time. But Zealots, I mean, they're good at coming out of the base, but they can't shoot up. Now the Archon getting a lot of really nice hits. Oh, the Nexus gets killed. That's unfortunate. Corsairs coming in here. The Scourge are nowhere to be seen. Here they are. Oh, he does get a few connections, but does manage to get away. The Mutalist very heavily damaged now. About half the way through. Oh my god, the Archon just needs to keep attacking. Missed a couple of shots there, which could have ended up killing a few of the extra Mutas, but he is going to get out and secure his 3rd, which is a bonus. But he is, like, ridiculously behind at this stage in the game. He's down in supply, which is something you never want to see. Somehow, that DT got completely left alive, even though there's an Overlord sat on top of it forever. I guess he just didn't want to bother killing it. And essentially, at this stage in the game, Zerg can do anything they want. Protoss can't really do anything about this, like, unless he's got insane upgrades, which he doesn't. Only +1 is done. +2 is about to finish, but no armor upgrades just yet. No double forge or anything like that either. 3rd base is still not done. We do have a Dark Archon, which is incredibly good for Maelstrom. And I do love watching Dark Archons, they're really good. We need to see more of those in play, but yeah, essentially Nimrod is just kind of stuck. I mean, look at the size of his army. Like, it's not very big. Oh, Maelstrom. Oh, there we go, Maelstrom. Nice. He just had enough energy as well. Nicely done. He gets the Mutalisks, and now he's in a better position. But how does he deal with the production of the Zerg on 4 bases, 8 hatcheries? 9 hatcheries now. How do you deal with that? Like, this is so many units. Nimrod is going to be basically playing tower defense for the next like 10 minutes if he wants to survive. If he can somehow survive the onslaught of Zerg, he is going to be in a good spot, but he's going to find himself lurker contained. And I don't see him breaking it. I'm usually a fairly optimistic caster, but I've seen enough PvZ recently where I'm like, no, this game is over. And I hate to be calling it like that, but what does Nimrod do with this army? Like, how is this army so small still? Like, he's only got 7-8 gateways. I mean, admittedly, he's only just got his third base, which makes sense. But he just doesn't have the kind of unit composition to deal with what his opponent has. We've got the Hive coming in as well. Scourge patrolling, absolutely no reason for this whatsoever, but he's going to do it. We have a couple of Zealots kind of running around the edge of the map, but again, it's not really going to do too much, and oh my god, that's a juicy storm. Doesn't kill that much though. That's another good storm, but once again, doesn't kill that much. Looks like the Hydra's getting quite low though. If he can get enough good storms, maybe he can make something happen, but he's got no energy left. Oh, and the Dark Archon in a precarious position here. Okay, Maelstrom. Nicely done. That's actually a good move. But he's now going to lose the Dark Archon most likely. Oh my god, he doesn't even get to kill all the Maelstrom units. That's crazy. Zealot's checking down here for base, don't find anything, but... And look at this, like, for the amount of units that just die, so many more come across the map. This is a game of numbers and a game of time, and unfortunately, it's a game that Nimrod has lost here. He's got a lot of cannons defending this base, but he's not going to be able to leave his natural. There's so many lurkers here. There's not enough tech units to be able to deal with this, and this is definitely going to be game over. I mean, it looks like those 3 Zealots do either chase away the drones or kill them. Oh no, he actually just transferred them somewhere else. Okay, I'm not even sure where he's sending these drones, but they're going back home. Now he's going to turn them around. And there we go. The third base is going to go down. This is the last bastion of hope here for our Protoss player. And it's falling. Like, there's absolutely nothing he can do about it. He's got a high tempo with Storm. He storms 2 lurkers instead of like the 4 that he could have hit, which he doesn't know about, because there's no observer. GG. Nimrod taps out. StRyKeR takes game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. Starting us off here in the top right hand corner, fighting for NaS. It's their captain. It's Dragon as our red Protoss player. And his opponent subbing in for one of his teammates in the blue as eOnzErG. It's the captain of White Clan. Not White Clan, oh my god, it's the captain of DM. It's White. When I went to like change his race in the database from Protoss to Zerg as he subbed in, I deleted the part in his like player introduction that said he's the captain of DM, not White Clan, and then because I read that I said it. Great. Such a clown. Okay, so ZVP, we have a gas truck coming in from White. I think White is probably going to do something a little bit cheesy. His main race is Protoss, but unlike Dragon, he does not play ZVP, as far as I'm aware anyway. So that's not really something we're going to be seeing. I don't think he's going to want to go into a... I definitely don't think he's going to want to go into a macro game against Dragon as well. Because that's something not a lot of players are able to do. Dragon's CVP is incredibly good, his PvZ is even better somehow. When you look at his win rate, he's got 21 games against Zerg, he's got a 66% win rate, which for PvZ is pretty damn impressive. His ZVP rate is even higher. He's on a current win streak of 2 wins against Zerg. His last 4 games have been against Zerg as well. He played against Mutali and lost, then beat Sodam and Praise over the last 4 weeks, so every matchup he's had so far this season has been PvZ, and he's played different matches or different maps every time, and he keeps getting Zerg. Like, what the hell? He's like rolling either, I don't know if this is a high roll or a low roll for him technically, given his PvZ is so good, but hatchery coming up for White. Dragon going for a Forge fast expand. Gateway going to be coming up immediately. Now, interestingly, Dragon is not walling correctly. I think you can wall in here by building the pylon here, and then the gateway here, and then the forge above. Is this right? I'm sure these are there as markers for Protoss. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I thought this was the pylon spot. I don't know, this feels like an odd wall. It's more obvious here because you have the pylon here, the gateway here, and then the forge there. Or is it the pylon, the forge, and then the gateway? I can't remember which way it goes around. I think gateway goes below forge, right? When you're walling as Protoss. Yeah, the trouble is, by not building his wall further forward, he's going to have trouble building cannons. So 3-hatch Hydra Burst could actually win the game. Now we've got 6 lings, all of them chasing 1 probe. Probe doing a pretty good job keeping herself alive at the moment. Now the probe is going to eventually die coming down here. This is probably not the best place to send it. It would have been better to leave the natural. And oh wait, you know what would be really cool? If he like if he built a pylon and pushed himself over. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? No, he's not, surely. Nope. I don't think that would be a worthy investment of minerals, but you know what, I'd be happy to see that. Second cannon coming in. He doesn't really have too much more information other than that. We know that there's a spire coming in, so it looks like White is going to try and play this straight up. But only 2 hatcheries so far, so it could very well be a muteless build. We'll have to see if this second geyser comes up very quickly or not. It is very easy to get to 3 gas on this base, on this map as Zerg. It is for Protoss as well, but Protoss essentially can't take the minerals. They can take the gas though by just expanding here, taking the gas. They can even build a nexus up here if they want to. But this is a map that once you basically turtle behind your wall as Protoss, you can get 4 bases essentially, and there's not really much Zerg can do about it. They can lurker contain, but then when you're on 4 bases with 3 gas, it doesn't really matter. Now this is an interesting move. Going to use the Overlord to take a few hits from the cannon, and I thought he was going to run in, but he didn't. I guess it must be a Forge gateway, so gateway above Forge rather than the way I thought it was. Dragon definitely knows how to wall in, I don't, so... Third cannon coming in here. Looks like Dragon is getting ready to deal with a possible Hydra burst. He finally knows what's going on though, because he does have a Corsair. Now, it's a muteless build against Dragon. Now, Dragon only has one Stargate. He's got a lot of cannons coming up in his main, which is a bonus, but there's no Templar Archives yet. Only a Citadel, which means if these mutas can come in at the right timing, he can actually do a ton of damage here to Dragon. And if he can, because the trouble is, cannons are great, but they're not mobile. So while you have 3 cannons, where do you build your Templar Archive so it doesn't die? I guess you would have to build it here, right? But even then, you can kind of attack the Stargate and then slowly kill it. Here comes the Muteless. He's overbuilt Scourge though, I think. Okay, the Muteless taking a little bit of extra damage from the cannons when they didn't need to. A little bit unfortunate, but White's still doing a fairly respectable job here, given Zerg is in his main race. Third hatchery is up. We've got more Muteless coming in. You did get that early second geyser, so going to be trying to end the game before he has to go into a long macro game against Dragon. Definitely a worthy choice. Definitely one I think a lot of Zerg players do try and make, but the trouble is where Dragon plays Zerg as well, he knows how to deal with all the bullshit. Because he does it all himself, it's great. Okay, so we do have a lot of Muteless now. This is going to be an all-in. Oh my god, there is a DT here and there's no Overlord. Is he... Oh my god, is he just going to lose all his drones to this one DT? He's going to go in with the Lings and the Muteless at the same time. There is enough Muteless here to kill these cannons, but he has to focus the cannons down, and oh my god, there's so many Corsairs. The Muteless are doing absolutely nothing. He didn't get +1... He didn't get +1 armor. This is game over. Oh my goodness, this is an absolute whitewash here. White is getting washed. That was such a good defense by Dragon. This is not Protoss bad, Saga. You think in chat saying really? That was a bad pun. That wasn't even a pun, right? That doesn't count as a pun, it was that bad. But there we go, looks like Dragon is going to rinse the remains of White out of the map here, because there's like nothing White can do to recover from this. Economically, he's dead. GG, White taps out. Dragon wins game number 3. We saw this one before. What? Okay. Okay, starting us off in the top left-hand corner in the green, fighting for NaS, it's eOnzErG. And I apologize for any colorblind viewers. Spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, fighting for DM, is Irra. And they didn't host on top versus bottom. I don't know how many times I have to tell them. The trouble is, I've not been enforcing it this season, just because it's been happening a lot, and I don't want to give out a ton of penalty points. But people really need to host on top versus bottom for a reason. The thing is, this isn't too bad. It's just one of those things where, like, if, like, for whatever reason, like, it's not blue versus dark blue, like you think said. I couldn't think of how to actually say what I wanted to say. Okay, so patch first coming in from eOnzErG. Nothing too special from Irra either. No 8 racks or anything. And I stupidly just closed the wrong window. There we go. Open that back up. Yeah, not really too much of note going on in this game so far. Of course, if eOnzErG can win this, he's going to win the series 3-1 for NaS. If Irra can pull off a miracle here, we will be going for an ace match. Now, not to say Irra is a bad player, but if you were to compare the two players, eOnzErG is definitely the one favored in this matchup with these two players. Also, StuffBinCal saying he prefers the original graphics, so I mean, admittedly, these aren't the original graphics, but genuinely, like, I used to feel, when they first announced Remastered, I used to feel the same, and then I was like, no, you know what, I'm actually just wrong. Like, when I go back and look at the original graphics, I know why I couldn't get my friends to, like, play or watch the game, because it does look bad. Like, we were used to it, so it looks okay, but, like, realistically, it looks bad. By modern standards, it looks terrible. Admittedly, it's still got its charm, but still, like, I tried for so many years to get so many different people to try and watch Brood War, and they're all like, it looks terrible, I can't watch it. And I'm like, what are you going on about? Like, it looks amazing. And then, like, after a while of, like, going back and looking at Remastered for a while, going back to, like, 1.16 and actually looking at the graphics, I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand why people didn't like watching this. Although I will say, and this is one thing, or one reason, like, just while we're kind of waiting for anything to happen, there is the dynamic lighting option under game settings, I think it is. Where is it? Or is it under video? Video settings, right? You have this real-time lighting setting, and I hate it. Like, I hate it. It makes everything look so much worse. Like, I genuinely hate this graphic setting. Like, it looks so much better without it. Like, everything looks so shiny and horrible. They use it for ASL and I hate it. I just wish they wouldn't. Admittedly, it looks kind of cool, but, like, I don't like looking at the game like that, so I'm going to turn it back off again. I like how the colors kind of pop on this version. Like the SCVs look so much better when they're not like silver. They're kind of like grey and white. I think it looks so much better. I don't know. I mean, it's still good. It's impressive, right? Just to kind of go off topic a little bit, we do have 2-hatch muter play. Well, this is actually on topic for a change. We have 2-hatch muter coming in from eOnzErG, going for a 3rd hatch behind this within his main. Kind of a standard build for Tau Cross. But it looks like Irra is going to have to make sure he's got turrets ready. They are going to finish. If not a little early, they're going to finish in time, which is going to keep him alive. Now I actually like the pre-order stuff. Like the pre-order command center looks amazing. Although I do miss the sky blue color. I know they look like minerals, but they still look cool. Sky blue Terran looks incredible. Bring it back. I can't believe they removed it. It's not fair. And I think you can still choose it in a UMS map, but you can't pick it. What they should have done is like removed it from like ranked somehow, but kept it in. Oh, then people complain if they play like fastest or whatever. Either way, it looked really cool. Sky blue was the best color. Don't at me. It looks like the muter's coming in, getting a little bit of damage done, killing a few of the Marines, getting another one for free here, and just kind of forcing Irra to be kind of in a weird position. Looks like one of his SCVs is going to get itself caught and killed, because the muteless can just literally run and fly and kill that right now. It's going to survive somehow. I don't even know how this ended up back here, but... Oh, you can add it to UMS. Okay, fair enough. But you can't pick it to play with, right? Now this is nice movement by Irra to be able to push back the muters this well. Now the muter's going to fly back, going to get some health back before they go back in. Lurker upgrade already coming in. +1 carapace coming in. I thought this was a drone going up to expand, but that is going to be the drone here. Now, Irra actually scanning, sees the drone heading over, and he is immediately going to walk out from his base. But no, he cannot. As soon as he leaves, the muteless fly back in. Yeah, to go off topic just a little bit, now we're kind of... Oh wait, actually this is bad timing. Okay, looks like he is going to turn around, so going off topic shouldn't be too bad. Forced to stim for no reason. I think he wants to save his medic. Which is good. Saving your medic's very, very nice to do. The muteless aren't really going to engage this, they don't need to, but the medic energy is going to be incredibly low, which is a problem. How many turrets in the main? There is 3 turrets in the main mineral line. There's quite a few... Barracks coming in now, going up to 5 barracks. No starport yet. This is very late for a starport in TvZ. Looks like some lings get caught out in the middle of the map. Overlord getting caught off as well. Irra are actually doing pretty damn good against eOnzErG to stay alive this long. And just I'm gonna delete that message, James. Apparently Eon is rusty. I didn't know. Well, someone said he retired, although I don't know where that came from. I never saw it happen. So I don't know where it came from, but either way. Looks like we are going to have the muteless just kind of hanging up here. Apparently he's been streaming a lot of other games, not Brood War. Yeah, but the thing I wanted to say before is this month is crazy for games, but the one game I'm incredibly looking forward to is AoE 4. Like, I played the beta, I only played one game, but it was so fun. AoE 4 is going to be great, it's going to be on Game Pass as well, so you don't even have to buy it, you just pay for a subscription, and you get it. And oh my goodness, nice timing by Irra to get in here, going to be able to kill both of the lurkers, nicely done. And this hatchery is... Oh, it's not going to go down. But it's going to be close. That was very nice timing, though, on those Marines stimming in. But yeah, this should be taken out. Like, the muteless should be able to clean this up. It's going to be close, though. Does save the hatchery. Is going to send another couple of lurkers over here. Now, if he can stim these marines over and catch these lurkers as well, I'm going to call him, like, king. Because that would be king move. Or that would be a king move. Again, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I've lost the... Like, today has just been so bad with work. Like, I was so busy all day. Like, the idea of streaming today was enough to make me, like, feel really fucking tired as well. But you know what? We're here. We're not doing a bad job. I actually like the pre-order live and hair. The live and hair. Okay. I just give up on English, right? But looks like we are going to have a big push coming up here to the natural. There's not that many tanks though. Only a single tank. Oh my god, and it's going to run into the Sunkens. Yeah, these depots are really annoying. Irradiar is not going to be able to rebuild his bio. And it's going to take like 1,000,000 years for one tank to break through this many Sunkens. And there's not enough medics to break through with just marines. So we're in a good spot for eOnzErG. eOnzErG is going to come back with his muteless now. He did take a little bit of damage, but still no science facility means no irradiate. Oh, sorry, he does have a science facility. It's just his natural. Irradiate only coming in now, though. And now the game is over. Yeah, Josh, I know you're joking, but I was literally talking all day. Like, if you speak to Dan as well, like, the phone didn't stop ringing the entire day. It was friggin' hell. It's probably the worst day at work I've had in, like, 3-4 years, maybe. Like, I just couldn't catch a break. It sucked. I'm hoping tomorrow's gonna be a little bit better. But yeah, AoE 4 looks damn good. Or AoE 4 looks good. The sound design is incredible. And, like, genuinely, I'm so excited for it to come out. I don't even know when the release date is. But then next week, we've got Back 4 Blood coming out. Or is it this Friday it comes out if you pre-order? Like the Deluxe or Ultimate Edition, which I'm going to get the Ultimate Edition in the end. Because I've decided I'm just going to spend all my money for no reason. And then, like, you've got Monkey Ball. You've got Super Robot Tyson. Super Robot Wars. The 30th anniversary edition, which is like the new one, which is coming out on Steam as well in the West as well as Japan, so like it's easy to get, which is good. I don't have to pay ridiculous import fees for a change. This month is just so good for gaming, man. Now Eon is in a pretty good spot, but he's not actually done anything with his defilers. He is going ultras. But the amount of games I've seen Zerg players lose by going Ultra Defiler... Yeah, it's not good for my bank account either, Josh, but it's fine. It's a damn good month for gaming, though. And then obviously you've got AoE 4 coming at some point soon. There's other games I want to get in the future coming up as well. Oh man, the Nintendo Switch Online Pass as well to get like online multiplayer on N64 games easily is definitely going to be something I buy as well. Now, this is kind of funny. Now, these tanks are going to be able to... Nope, never mind. If he targets the back lurker, he can kill the front one. But he's not targeting. Shoot the back lurker. It will kill the lurker at the front. He saves his vessel. Okay, I don't really understand why he's moving his marines anywhere near those lurkers. Just pull them back. Just target the back lurker, and it kills this. All you have to do is target fire. If you notice, look how the animation misses, and there we go, we've got links on top of the tanks now. One of the vessels goes down, the other one is going to go down as well. No reaction. He's got fire bats here, but he's not using them. And Irradiar is going to lose the game, I think, off of this, because like he had a position where he could have broken through. He didn't kill the lurker. He didn't have his fire bats near his tanks. And all of a sudden, there's nothing you can do now. Irradiate the Defiler, irradiate the Defiler, irradiate the Defiler. I guess he doesn't want to. Now the Firebats are finally in a position where they can help out, but they're not going to be able to deal with these ultras. He's got 75 energy still. He's not using it. There's no fourth base from eOnzErG yet, but he doesn't even need it. Now, upgrade-wise, it's only 1-0 against 1-4. These Marines are doing 2 damage per hit on these ultras. And now they're not doing anything. Plague on the Marines as well, going to eat up the medic energy. And these ultras are going to chew through absolutely everything. Okay, we have vultures up here. They're going to surely do a lot of damage to these four carapace ultras. He is going to kill them, but look how slowly these ultras are dying. And yeah, unfortunately, like, Irra was not necessarily in a bad spot. But he can't do anything against this. Like, oh my god. I really hate Swarm. I just hate Zerg. I'm sorry guys, I just hate Zerg. Like, I just hate it. I hate the Zerg race. Like, they're just... I get the Zerg need defilers against Terran, because otherwise they would not be able to win. And I know that Irra has made a ton of bad decisions here, which has led to this situation. And also because, like, eOnzErG is, like, a very, very good player. But literally one spell completely nullifies everything Terran has. There's a mine here that's going to blow up on this ultra and kill it when he eventually goes for the lane. GG! The mine, is it going to blow up? Is he going to lose it to the... Oh, the mine won't go off anymore with it. There we go. Okay, GG. eOnzErG takes game number 4. Takes the win for NaS. And let's move over to the results screen and then get ready for the next series. So, where am I? We are here. Okay, so DM with a very good win in game number 1. Tech completely demolishing Maars, but then STRyKeR, Dragon, and eOnzErG bringing it on back up to a 3-1 victory for NaS. I don't think that's very unexpected. NaS are, on paper, the stronger team. Tech did a very good job to win his game, and I think another few of the players were close. Like, maybe if White had Carapace on his muters, he would have won, but that's something we can't know. Irra was in a very good spot, but unfortunately, he took a little bit too much damage to the muteless early on. And STRyKeR versus Nimrod. Nimrod kind of didn't really have a chance in that game, so I'm not going to bring that one up, I just did. So, either way, we'll be back in about 5 minutes with series number 2. It's going to be SCTV versus Red. STP. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to our second series today. It's going to be StarCross TV Stars against Red. Starting us off, we've got a ZVP between Cadenzie and MasterReY. Gonna have a ZVP between and Raz. His name is going to be so annoying for me to say. Then we've got Sodam versus Best on Holy World SE in another ZVP. And then we've got a TvT between Barracks and RatataTENG. So not sure how this is going to go. Let's get into the first game, Cadenzie versus MasterReY. And let's see how the series starts on game number 1. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner, fighting in the yellow for red, it's MasterReY. It's the return of Cadenzie as well to this, well, to the STPL. Cadenzie hasn't played in the STPL in God knows how long. I know how long because I have everything in the database. The last game Cadenzie played in the STPL was against Seoul. She played against Byul. And that was on the 3rd of March. Oh, sorry. The 17th of March, 2019. That was how long ago it was. MasterReY, however, has been playing a little bit more recently. Has played in pretty much every single week for well, this season maybe not so, but up until then, like every single week almost in this season, or in the previous season of STPL. Now, you may have to forgive me a little bit if my concentration starts to wander. I am incredibly tired right now. We've got one more series to go, and then I can stop, and then relax for a bit, and then sleep. Okay, Paul coming in after a hatchery here for... I don't even know who the player is anymore, Cadenzie. I'm losing my brain. My brain is fried. I've got nothing to do anymore. I don't know how to deal with this. We're gonna fight through it. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to cast a good series, otherwise that wouldn't be very fair on the players that have worked their hard. What, they've worked their hard? What the hell am I even going on about? They've worked their hardest, they've played their games, and I'm going to try and make it the best cast I possibly can. Because I don't want to disappoint anyone. You know, there's one person I need to just quickly message. Okay, so we do have the first probe taken down by those earlylings. Cadenzie is a relatively aggressive player anyway. She spent a lot of time learning from Zealot when she was in Korea, as well as Shine as well, which kind of helps out. Looks like the Lings are going to try and break their way into the natural here. There's no cannon, which means the Zealots are going to have to do their best to move forward to try and defend this. God damn it, James. And I just headbutted my microphone like an absolute idiot. Oh my god. I'm not going well today. This is tough. Okay, I don't know what these probes are doing, but they are not transferring to the base, which is where they should be going. He is going to take, or MasterReY is going to take his proper natural with the gas first. Cadenzie going to take the gas as the third base, but realistically, it's the same timing, so it didn't really make a difference. Lair coming in already, no 3-hatch Hydra coming in from Cadenzie here. Not going for a, what was the name of that build? 479? Was that it, or was it? Was it 4? No, it was like 974, wasn't it? 973. 973. Oh my god, my brain is really turning to mush. Okay, Stargate coming up here for MasterReY. All looking good. Okay, Hydra Den is up. So technically we are going into 3-hatch Hydra, but it's kind of the more safe option. Going for the lair, going for Overlord speed, going in for a 4th hatchery, 5th and 6th hatchery should be closely following this as well. Lings at the front not really going to be able to do too much. Do force out another cannon, which is more money that MasterReY is not spending on gateways, but we've got an additional 2 gateways coming in here. Second gas coming in as well. Citadel just about finishing up, so we should see the Templar Archives coming in fairly soon after. First Corsair getting a perfect scout off on the natural and the third. And going to go back most likely to have a look in the main, but MasterReY is not going to see anything too surprising. Which is always good as a Protoss player. You don't want to get surprised by what the Zerg's doing, otherwise all of a sudden 50 Hydras turn up at your base and you die. Okay, 1 Corsair almost getting taken down by 2 Hydras. Gonna have to make sure to keep that alive. Following the drone along, knows where the 4th base is gonna be. Cadenzie also choosing to take the base in the middle rather than going for the other main. I almost feel like going for the other main in this situation would be better because it's further away, but Cadenzie is much better. Much better at the game than I am, so I'm not really gonna judge. We've got 2 cannons coming up in the main. This is mainly to do with any mutalisks, but realistically the main problem is going to be these drops that are coming in. So this is quite a good call, building those cannons in the main. Not going to help out too much though. There's only 4 gateways in the main now. 5th gateway of course at the front. But I don't think MasterReY has enough defense. I think the game could end right here, right now, because this is a lot of units from Zerg. The Zealots, though, doing a lot of damage, killing all the Lings. They're going to go on top of the Hydras as well. But I don't think That's going to really help too much. The forge should go down, but more cannons being added on in the back here. +1 has already finished. Storm is about to finish up as well, so if there's a High Templar up here, they should be able to storm. Fairly close on energy. Nice splits on the Zealots to be able to kill as many Hydras as possible. Gonna save the Forge for the time being. Should have given enough time for the Storm to come in as well. Not storming just yet though, that's a bit of a mistake. Gets the Storm in the end. And these Hydras are Hydras that are not going to be dropping anyway. First Archon comes up, third Storm is about to be ready, another cannon comes up at the front to help defend this forge, and +2 is going to be saved for another day. But once again, Cadenzie is going to be looking to go for a big drop into the main. Drop tech is done. The Overlords are in position. They are kind of in a position to show off that she's going to drop though. Yeah, this is still looking a little bit rough for our Protoss hero. Third base coming in. Fourth base by Cadenzie, not actually mining yet either, so not really helping out too much. But can MasterReY defend against this drop? If MasterReY can defend the drop, we have a chance at a game here. But if he loses too much, the game's over. Now it looks like he does know this drop is coming. All of his units getting back into a position where they can defend against this. Great move. MasterReY, King of Scouting here, going to be able to see this coming in. A massive, massive storm. All of the dropped units completely destroyed. Another set of Overlords going to get killed with Hydras in them quite possibly. And MasterReY doing a very good job holding on there. +2 is about to finish. Can it hold? Can the Forge stay alive? It's so close. The cannon's being targeted. The Forge goes down. +2 is not going to finish. And we are going to have to see another Forge come up in the main if there's not one already. I can't click this building. Now I can. But that's an observatory. No +2 is going to be coming anytime soon. No more cannons either. And now Cadenzie is in a very good spot. Now, of course, there is more drops getting ready to come in. Only 2 Hydras this time. Looks like there are units back here to defend already. Which is why this map is kind of hard to drop on. Okay, this is the weirdest drop I've seen in a while from Cadenzie, but there we go. Okay, we do have a drone out here. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this is buildable terrain. Otherwise, you could see a mana hatch coming in, which I don't think anyone really wants to see. You can build a mana hatch down here, technically, but not really going to help out too much. We've got a Corsair going up to scout the other bases. Fourth base is finally mining from Cadenzie. Third gas is coming on up. Another hatchery being added on as well. Now, MasterReY is in a good spot in this game. He's still got his supply advantage. His upgrade was cancelled, which is a big problem. Double Forge have come in, but not really the gas or minerals to build both upgrades at the same time. But should really go for +1 armor first, I would say, in this position. Although +2 attack does take longer to finish, so going for that wouldn't be too bad. Okay, it looks like we are going to have MasterReY moving out onto the map for the first time this game. Can he make something happen? Cadenzie in a very, very strong position. If MasterReY pushes down, Cadenzie can come in from behind, and that looks like what she's going to do, but no. Cadenzie actually going to run around and go for a big push at the front. I don't really understand why you would do this. Surely going in, trying to pick off some of the Templar at the back would be better. But MasterReY is going to try and move forward here. If he can maybe secure this base while he's doing this, that would be very, very good. Looks like some units going to leave the main base that were helping defend. We've got a push forward coming up. On top of some of these Overlords. Don't get any hits off on the Archons though. MasterReY going to move back. Looks like he is getting ready to take this base, so I do like this move. This is definitely the kind of base you can hold on to if you push to the right place. But MasterReY kind of not really sure where to go, I don't think. Obviously building the Nexus now when you've just sent your army away seems like a bit of a missed opportunity here, because Hydras can just run up and kill it, but I suppose MasterReY knows what he's doing. LurkER up here is going to be able to be taken down with the help of these observers. But is this going to be able to... Is this army big enough to be able to do anything against what Cadenzie has? Archon's going to be helping out a lot here against these Lings. Storm, lots remaining. Can he storm all of these lurkers? They're very nicely spread. And for once, Cadenzie did borrow her lurkers, so they're doing a lot better than what they normally would. I mean, nice storm coming in, running your High Templar into the storm. Maybe not the best move. This is not as good of a spread here from Cadenzie, as two of those lurkers do almost die. But the storm is about to run out. I think MasterReY is actually, he's only got one left. Look at this, spreading the lurkers. No real reason to do that, but there we go. Okay, that was a whiffed storm. That's probably the only bad storm I've seen so far. Two lurkers spawning here, only one kill, so no probes did transfer over here, but this is the problem. MasterReY pushes in the top left, Cadenzie holds, and then all of a sudden this base is under fire. And this is so close to the Zerg's expansions, they're close to the heartland of their production, that there's not really anything that MasterReY is going to be able to do here to be able to hold this base. That storm is incredible though. There are... Oh my god, the probes are coming, but the lurkers aren't killed yet. The probes are coming, but the lurkers are still alive. Oh no! Oh no! 4 kills! Only 4 kills. That's incredibly lucky. Oh my goodness. There's no observer over here for some reason. That is rough. Now, still no additional upgrades after 2-1, so 3-2 not coming in. Is this lurker really going to kill the Nexus? Have we seriously still not got an observer here? Right, we finally have an observer, but the Nexus is going to die. That's very, very bad timing. Probes have transferred as well. But yeah, this is just going to be a constant onslaught of Zerg units here. Now, we do have an Overlord getting ready to... Oh, is this going to get the lurkers out? Okay, dropping on the high ground is not necessarily a bad idea. I don't think it can attack anything from... Oh my god, it can attack what? How is this cannon not in range? How is this cannon not in range? I don't understand. Oh, there's... I mean, Zerg is good, right? There we go. Looks like we are going to have a lot of these Lings get taken down. Storm is running low here for our Protoss army. No Nexus has been rebuilt down here in the bottom middle. Nice storms once again from MasterReY. But yet again, MasterReY is fighting a losing tide here. Cadenzie's macro is absolutely insane. And yeah, this is rough. Now, Rota saying that cannons suck. If that was a tank, that would kill the tank, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, so much blue goo. Nice storm once again though. Gets a lot of lurkers here. There's a lot of gas units that Cadenzie's losing. That storm as well is incredible. So many kills on this High Templar, 8 to be precise. Another storm gonna come in, but no, the storm didn't cast. Why didn't the storm cast? I don't understand. There's 2 storms here available. Okay, 2 more lurkers get taken, or they get dropped off. Cadenzie now ahead in workers, nearly ahead in supply. Where is the storms? Double storm? No cannons here is a little bit of a weird choice, but I guess MasterReY doesn't really have the money. Storm on the bottom lurkers, not too bad. Gets one of them. Can he get the second one as well? Overlord soaking up some of the hits from the Dragoons, making this a little bit harder to push into. More units going to get dropped off here. A single lurker going to drop off onto the low ground. There's no observer down here again. So this lurker is going to be able to do infinite damage, but it's a Cadenzie lurker. It's not burrowing. Okay, there we go. It's going to burrow just in time for all the probes to get back here. Where's the observer? Cadenzie expanding to the top left-hand corner right now, which is going to extend her lead. MasterReY doing his best to hold on, as I mentioned before. But with losing observers like that, with so many units on the horizon, this is one cannon, one pylon, so this isn't even going to help out that much. But this is just going to be constant drops coming in. The Lurker on the high ground is still alive. It's got 10 kills now. One mineral line, or one mineral if the mineral line is just not mineable. Storm coming down on 2 Hydras, maybe not the most efficient use of the energy, but still, every little helps. Now, if MasterReY can hold on, secure the 3rd base for long enough, maybe he can make something happen here, but it's going to be rough. The units are being pulled here, there, and everywhere. The cannon in the mineral line goes down. It looks like MasterReY could be on his last legs here. Cadenzie has done an incredible job, constantly dropping, constantly just being incredibly annoying throughout this game. And MasterReY is finding himself stuck. And the trouble is, due to the layout of the bases, MasterReY can't really expand to the top right either, because he won't have a position. Although I think maybe expanding to the top right would have been better, given you can hold this location, and you can secure this base. But then you've got to worry about drops in your main, which is something you didn't really want to deal with. And I think, unfortunately, this is probably going to be it. Defiler Mound is done. Consumer's about to finish. The first Consumer about to run out here. An Observer not in position to help deal with these bottom lurkers. The final remaining Zealot. Wait, there's another oh, there is another Observer here. I'm just completely blind. But yeah, Cadenzie has definitely done a good job here. This is definitely a good win for her. GG. MasterReY taps out. Cadenzie wins game number 1. We'll be back in a few minutes with game number 2.
Racing Route 99 in Phantomar. 3, 2, 1, go!
Let's tear it up.
Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, it's Raz in the red, fighting for red. And Raz's opponent spawning down here in the 6 o'clock position in the blue, fighting for Starcast. It's Now I'm hoping that this is a... Yeah, Team Red's logo is a shaved cock and balls. I did ask them to remove it, and then they fought for it to come back, and then I gave it them back. They had an elephant before. Then their name, their clan name is literally shaved cock and balls in German. It's like, I can't say it, but it's like RatataTENG, I think. SCTV. I can't say it. I'm so bad with German発音. Pronunciation. I legit forgot the English word for pronunciation. And I remembered the Japanese one instead. Great. I'm so good at English. I'm so good at my own native language. It's brilliant. I love it. Anyone would think that you'd need to be good at like English to be able to cast StarCraft, but apparently that's not the case. I can get away with it. Stuffed Pink Cowl says Raziete Ador Derl Raziete Aya Derl Aya ne Aya neいやそれも日本発音かよクソ Okay, so fairly standard game so far. We've got a gateway expand against a 12 hatch into a pool. So this is looking pretty good for Raz so far. Could be the first game we've had today against a PvZ that have gone well in the opening for Protoss, which is a bonus. It's kind of very rare that we get to see Protoss actually taking an advantage over the Zerg in the early game. Now, has been forced to expand a little bit further away than where they would probably like, so that's going to be another little bonus for Raz. Raz is going to be able to get free hits on this hatchery. Now, if Raz can get a second Zealot up here, he could even kill this, but it looks like just a single Zealot is not going to do anything. The other two Zealots kind of got left back at home to defend. Forge coming in as well. Now, this is a good move. Although, I'm not really sure about this now. Using the, that was the wrong way. Should have mineral walked the probe behind to get some extra damage, but not the end of the world. The Zealot's gonna die, not really gonna kill anything. Starcast TV was formed. Well, Cruiser is in the chat, who is the team manager, so he can explain everything. But Starcasts are the people who bring you the English ASL casts with Scan and Nyoken, and Scan also joined. That's cool. I'm kind of glad. I like watching Scan's games. I was kind of sad when Soul didn't sign up, but there's good reasons for them not signing up this season. And if anything, it means we get a new champion at the very least, which is kind of cool. We've had a Soul as the champion 4 seasons in a row. Okay, that's a nice move by him, but unfortunately, drones are not that fat. So the Zealot gonna get into the main anyway. Zealot doesn't get any damage. So, Cruiser just announced in chat that Scan said he was leaving Soul and said to join his team. So, Scan should hopefully be playing again in STPL. That would be really, really fun to see. But I guess Scan probably left Soul because Soul aren't really taking part in anything. And Scan was like playing every week in the STPL, so he always had something to do. There are clan tournaments in Korea, but they're kind of different. Like you have, what's the one that Bishop runs? It's the one with like different leagues of different formats. So you have like players from different skill brackets in a best of 5. And like the ace match and the first match, I think it is, are like the highest level. Well, Soul unfortunately didn't sign up for this season. What is the name of that... Cadenzie, what is the name of that tournament that Bishop runs? Or Cruiser? I can't remember the name of it. Isn't it like HEFL or something? I can't remember. Like, it's just completely gone from my head. But I remember I was going to do something with Bishop. We were going to do like a show match. But then it never happened. Cadenzie acting like she doesn't know. Castamuse would know, but Castamuse is probably sleeping today. How selfish. I have questions for him and he's not here. Hammock, that's it, thank you. Hammock is the one. I don't know where I got HEFL from, but... yeah, Hammock is like a team league, right? But they have like the different skill brackets. So you have like one game for like 2200 plus, one game for 200 plus, one game for like 1800, one for 1600 or something. I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't exist anymore. I was planning on doing like a show match thing with him like a year and a bit ago, but nothing ever happened because no one ever signed up from the STPL side and I kind of never brought it up again. I was really looking forward to doing something as well because I thought that would have been cool. Now Ling's gonna run into the natural but then give up. They are the most indecisive Lings I've seen in a while. No wonder why they're blue. But just reusing a joke that my friend said in the chat earlier. Don't mind if I do. I'm building a lot of sunken colonies here. So this base is not going to be attacked too much. 4 base already for our Zerg player. We've got Raz currently on 2 base still. We've got double Stargate Corsair. Now, double Stargate Corsair is incredible if your opponent goes Mutalisks. But this was... what was this opening? He went for like 4 bases, didn't build any Hydras, and just built mass Lings. This is like the weirdest build I've seen today, I think. Now, these Zealots are going to be able to trade pretty efficiently with the Lings. We're going to run away and take a load of damage for no reason. That was definitely not the right choice. Raz was definitely in a good position to kill all those Lings until he decided to just throw away half of them. But some of the Zealots gonna get away, maybe. Nope, never mind. Old build +1 carapace. +1 carapace, yeah. Rota is saying this is like Mondragon style, but I'm guessing Mondragon got it from a Korean. I mean, I guess this is what Mondragon got known for using, but... It's so hard to believe that like a non-Korean player came up with any builds in Brood War. If you go back far enough, there probably was. But I think by the time that Mondragon was playing, like the Koreans were kind of more common. Cadenzie saying she's seen this build used within the past month or so, so maybe it's someone that knew. Like, does Zerg really need more build variation? Like, are Protoss not suffering enough with the builds they're already playing against? Like, what? Why does Zerg have so many options against Protoss? Like, how is this fair? Trouble is, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is make a map like Central Plains where it's so unbelievably Protoss favored against everything that no one else can play it. Now the Nexus does get cancelled down here, so no 3rd base just yet. Thing is, Zerg don't even need that many bases. STRyKeR pieces. Less bases for Zerg, please. Drunk consumer race. Genuinely, Zerg can go to 4 bases and win the game. Like, they don't need to split the map or anything. If they get to 4 bases and Protoss is not on an easily defendable 3rd base, the game is basically done. Like, genuinely, I know Cadenzie is, like, being a little bit, like, facetious here in chat, saying we need to make rigged maps that Zerg can't win on, but genuinely with the way that ASL is going and with the way that Zerg are doing at the moment, I genuinely think we're going to reach the era where like anti-Zerg maps are going to be put back in the pool. Like, it's been a while since it's been a long time since there's been like any actual anti-Zerg maps. But I think the only way Protoss is ever going to be able to win a tournament is if they make maps that are just shit for Zerg, right? I mean, they've done it for Terran. Look at like the amount of seasons of bad Terran maps we had just to try and get rid of Flash. And this is one dancing zealot. You can't really see it, but he's going a bit crazy behind that tree. There we go. Thing is, making a map that's good for Protoss against Zerg makes Protoss so unbelievably favored against Terran as well, that essentially it's just going to be a PvP tournament, right? Nice storms by Raz, but not a big enough army to hold this base. Is going to break through, take out the third. GG, Raz taps out, and we'll be back with game number 3 after this.
Let's tear it up.
Okay guys, welcome back. We are here. The game number 3 between StarCast and Red. Starting us off in the bottom right hand corner in the pink. Fighting for Red, it's best. It's another best, yeah. And spawning us up here in the top left hand corner in the teal, fighting for StarCast, it's Sodam. Okay, so once again, we are heading into a ZVP. Is this going to look like all the other ones we've seen today? Very likely. But maybe this is the one where the Protoss can finally get a win. Yeah, this time we're going to Forge Fast Expand coming in. This is the same build that Dragon used on this map. Dragon did win his PvZ here, but it was kind of a missed opportunity from White, I think. He kind of got scouted and then waited too long, I don't know. Okay, drone gets in. Going for a drone scout is kind of a bit weird. You don't really see that much anymore, but I guess Sodam wants to kind of see what's going on. Now, actually going for a like proxy hatchery in the main would actually be incredible right now, because there is no defense. There's no units that can attack other than probes. So that'd be pretty cool. But it looks like he's gonna run his drone away before it gets stuck. Once again, the probe is going away into a place where it's not going to be able to get away. I don't really understand why Protoss players keep doing this. But looks like Sodam is not going to chase the probe for whatever reason. So the probe is going to be able to get back into the main. We've got a 2-hatch layer coming in from Sodam as well, which is a bit strange. But not the end of the world. There are like 2-hatch mutables you can do against Protoss, for instance. Yeah, the probe does get taken down. I looked away at the worst possible second there. No +1 coming in just yet on the ground. We've got the Cybernetic core coming up. Well, the Cybernetic core's done. We should have the Stargate coming up as well. Yep, there's the Stargate. And it looks like Best is getting it ready to take a third base, possibly down here in the bottom right, but no, just scouting around, checking for anything hidden. Okay, Spire coming in, third hatchery coming in as well. Funnily enough, this is the same build that eOnzErG did in the ZVT. So kind of weird to see that here in PvZ, but I suppose it happens. 2 Lings do get into the main base. Not any kills, I don't believe, on either of them, but oh, they're going to be able to get 1 probe. That could be 3 probes, might be one Zealot as well. Oh my god, he gets a Zealot. That doesn't exactly even. Oh, he gets another probe. I've completely lost the will to live. Like, it's not that the games are bad, the games are good. I can't do today anymore. Today is done. My brain is fried. It's completely over. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. Well, first of all, there's someone I want to go and speak to for a bit, and then I'm going to go to sleep after that. Now, we've got a lot of mutless coming over here now. If Sodam goes for a Queen's Nest and infests this, I'll give him the win, even if he loses. But I don't think we're going to see that, unfortunately. We've got Hydra Den and a Hatchery coming in, so he is starting to play his EVP. But Best doesn't really have that much in terms of defense against Mutalisks, so I think this could end up fairly fast. Okay, the Muteless, for whatever reason, not attacking what they should be. Rather than attacking the cannon, which would actually kill it, he's going to attack the pylon, which means his Muteless are going to take damage. Now, by killing the pylon, he will be able to stop the Stargate warping any more Corsairs, but... I'll give you a good balance patch idea. Patch Zerg out of the game. Game fixed. PvT is actually balanced pretty well. So just removing Zerg would be good. Let's do it. Let's remove Zerg. Let's be honest. Name one Zerg player anyone cares about. You can't. Because they don't exist. Rota is saying move scout speed to core and give scouts detection. Game fixed. Admittedly, it is kind of ironic that the unit called a scout can't actually scout anything. Because it's so slow, it's so expensive, and it has like fuck all range, you know? And there's no detection on it either. By giving scouts detection, it would remove the need for observers as well, which is a good trade-off, I think. Because it means Protoss could take one tech path rather than having to go into everything to be able to do anything. And Youthing makes a good point. Zerg players are all match fixers. Look at Savior. And then StarCraft 2 happened. And life happened as well, you know? You also had Luxury on KT. I think if we just remove Zerg, it may fix everything. Oh, Yellow Auntie as well, I forgot about him. Admittedly, there was Terran match fixes and Protoss match fixes as well, so it happens. That's the Kurorekshi of Brood War, to be fair. It looks like the Hydras are starting to come in here. Is there going to be enough cannons? Quite possibly. But even with this amount of cannons, you can't leave your base once this is over. So these cannons, are they going to finish in time? The final cannon could be falling. Another cannon pulls up here. Probes are being pulled, but they're running way too far forward. Another two cannons do pull in. He should be able to hold on for the very least for the next couple, maybe next 20 seconds. Never mind. Hydra's good. Yeah, I think this is game over. Best isn't really mining off of one of his bases right now. His probes are kind of delaying to get his cannons up. But while you're delaying, you're not mining, you're going to die eventually anyway. So I think this is GG. Yeah, GG is called. Sodam wins game number 3. And that's going to take us into game number 4 in just a couple of minutes. We did it! We got it through the ZVPs. I'm still awake, and we are here for the TVT to finish this off today. I know a lot of people don't like TVT, but it's my favorite matchup. I'm finally able to live. ZVP is such a struggle, but we're here. We're here. Starting us off in the top left-hand corner in the pink, fighting for StarCast, it's Barracks. And spawning us off down here in the bottom right-hand corner in the yellow, fighting for red, it's RatataTENG. I don't hate ZVP, I've just seen so much ZVP today, I'm kind of fed up of it. I'm so tired. I'm so tired, I can't take another Zerg win. We finally got rid of all the other races, we're finally in the proper version of StarCraft. Humans versus humans. It's basically AoE now. Has anyone ever thought that TVT is just Command and Conquer, right? Am I right? Or is... wait. When did the first Command and Conquer come out? That came out before StarCraft, right? But it came out after Warcraft 2, if I remember correctly. Cruiser saying, I expected them to register Protoss in sets 1, 2, and 3, so I had no choice to register Zerg players. Honestly, like, Red have got so many Protoss players. Like, you can, like, they've had multiple weeks this season where they've just put together 4 Protoss players in their lineup. And, Edgewood is saying in chat, whoa, watch out, we got Coach Park right here. Thing is, the coaches that take this seriously I like the most. That's why I liked Fuji as well, because he really thought about it. And, like, I know that, Age as well really thinks about who and where his team are going to send people, which is really good. Okay, we've got a factory coming up for Barracks. No factory yet from RatataTENG. RatataTENG actually with a big early victory here, going for the 1 Rax fast expand. Completely uncontested. Means he has a very good shot of winning this game. Oh. Few missed shots there on the SCV, but does get it before it can get in. Now, obviously, by the timing of the command center, Barracks is going to know exactly what his opponent's doing. But this is going to be a 2-fact push. Now, if RatataTENG can hold this, he is going to win the game. 2-fact is terrible in TVT, unless this is the most Michael Owen commentary moment of my career, probably. But TVT 2-fact, if you scout that it's coming, it's almost impossible to lose to. If you've gone 1 Rax fast expand against 2-fact, you are so unbelievably far ahead. As long as your factories are not delayed, you should be able to hold on. Now, can he do that? Is he going to go for like a starport? Is he going for a factory? Now, you can lose to 2-fact if you don't know it's coming. And Barracks is going to do a damn good job to try and make sure that he doesn't see it. Look at this, the Marines coming out to defend against the SCV. The SCV doesn't get in, he doesn't see if there's an expansion. He knows there's no bunker, but does not know what's going on. He's going to send an SCV again immediately. And to steal a joke from chat, let's see if RatataTENG is going to be able to evolve into a Raticate in this game. Is this Joey's RatataTENG the best in the world? He sees the tank, he knows there's a push coming, he saw a vulture as well. The timing means it's a 2-fact. How does he defend this? He needs a second bunker immediately, and he needs to pull his SCVs. He has to hold on. This is the one moment he has in this game to be able to make something different. He can make history here and take a game out of an ASL qualified player. He's going to port. This is a perfect decision. Double Wraith coming in immediately. Tanks coming in. Siege is coming up as well. But he has to hold on until that's done. He needs to repair this bunker for dear life. There is only 2 Marines here. That is not going to be enough to deal with 2 port Wraith. Second bunker coming in, but the tank is in range. But the bunker at the front is going to be repaired. It doesn't matter if you lose SCVs in this situation, as long as you keep building them. The perfect play by Barracks, blocking any further tanks coming in. This tank is in range, the tank has to fall back. He has to repair this tank immediately, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Can he get the Wraiths out quick enough? The first 2 Wraiths are coming in. Focus the Marines. The Marines are all that matter in this game. The Wraiths are going to be able to take this down, but look at this. Vultures running into the main base. Could this be too much? The SCV is going to be pulled into the natural. The tanks are being pushed away. This is the perfect situation for Ratata. He just has to hold against the vultures here. If he can hold against the vultures, he is going to win the game most likely. The Wraiths are attacking the tanks. The first tank goes down. The vultures going to be able to do almost infinite damage against this siege tank. But the tanks should be able to hold on here. More and more vultures coming in. He needs to block this with the tank. More... Oh, Goliath coming up here. That's actually a big deal. But 3 Wraiths should be enough to kill this. But has Ratata taken too much damage? It looks like he may have done. It looked so close. But unfortunately, just not enough units in the right place. The tank gets away. The Wraith's going to kill the tank, but should be focusing on these vultures. And I think this could be game over. There's still no expansion, though. This is still an all-in by Barracks. He has to kill Ratata with these units. Another Wraith pops out. Another Goliath is going to be heading down here. The tank is dying to SCVs. And Barracks holds. Barely holds, but he's down a lot of units right now. Can he continue to hold here? It's nothing but Goliaths. Okay, it's a couple of vultures coming in as well. But can he just, like, if he walls off here and goes back, maybe he can make something happen. But the Wraiths are going to go down to the Goliaths, and I think this could be game over. He knew it was coming. He did his best. He tried his absolute hardest here. He didn't get Cloak. And in the end of the game, at the end of the day, that's what really cost him. And not having his tanks blocking this as well, allowing the vultures to run through, was the big problem. But the all-in has definitely won the game at the end of the day. He's going for a control tower, but it's a little bit too late. The tank comes out and dies immediately. GG. Ratata taps out. Joey's Ratata, unfortunately, is not the best in the world. And that's going to take us over to the results screen as we have a 4-0 victory for StarCast on our hands. Okay, here we go. Cadenzie winning over MasterReY, winning over Raz, Sodam winning over Best, and Barracks winning over Ratata. Ratata was incredibly close to holding that. Maybe if he had a few units in a slightly different location, he would be in a better... Well, he would have won, but unfortunately, it's just not how it went at the end of the day. That is going to be it from me streaming today. I'll be back on Wednesday with 2 more series. I am going to go and chill out in VR chat for a little bit and then go to bed because I am absolutely exhausted. Hopefully work will be better for me tomorrow. If not, you'll probably hear me complaining about it on Wednesday anyway. So... Without further ado, that's gonna be it for me. Have a very good afternoon, morning, or evening, wherever you are, and I will see you guys on Wednesday. Let me just find someone to host as well, and we'll go from there. Have fun. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully, you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here, and also There's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.